Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Big Ticket Morning Show, V103, the ATL's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Queen Samia Morton.
Hey, best friend.
One of ATL's finest.
Come on.
I said finest.
Come with it.
Mr. Renner is here.
Hey. How y'all doing?
Hi, Michael.
I got a huge announcement to make. I'm making it on Big Tickets first.
Come on.
Killer Mike.
Trey ain't finna give y'all no solo. I was stoned out my mind playing teaser with y'all. Y'all that took the joke too serious. Dre, but you know he's always making music. He's never not making music. So I got a chance to hear a lot of cool stuff. And again, some of the stuff. If you want to hear Dre, though, I know where you can. It's his album called Michael that's out right now.
Come on.
There is Dre, Future, and Killer Mike on a record called Science and Engineer.
Yeah.
So Tigger got it first. And I co-own Butter ATL. They put it up. So Butter ATL, we got to fix that. But everybody, I psych.
Oh, man.
Bruh.
Yeah.
You know that was on my list of things to ask you.
Yeah, nah, you just got Michael this year, baby. But you got the best album in the world. So if you want them, you got to come to my trap.
That is a factual statement, sir.
That's
Michael's enough.
that's what I
Michael's
tell.
enough.
Come on, that's my wife.
Yeah.
Too.
I am carefully offering that I am very proud of you.
Thank you so much, man.
I don't want to sound away,
Nah.
but after listening, I am very proud of you.
Yeah, it's the best thing going today.
Why are you so introspective on this album? I learned so many things about you. I know you all this time.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about it.
Well, first, just thank you for always being an encourager.
Hey,
a lot
man.
of times when people tell you, man, you underrated, you after you hear that about 100 times, you're like, man, really, I don't want to be underrated. I want to win a ring.
Come on.
And I didn't want to die without people having met Michael. And I love Killer Mike. He's a character, a little 9-year-old boy who went to Collier Heights, invented. He is a character that a young man at Frederick Douglass High School refined. He's a young man that at Morehouse College decided I want to pursue music versus, dumbest mistake. Don't you drop out of school like that, guys.
Okay.
But Michael Render is who people would see in interviews or pop up next to politicians or doing social work and trying to improve my community. And I wanted people to know the full story of Michael Render. He's an imperfect man trying to be more perfect every day.
So on the song Shed Tears,
Yeah.
a lot of people that know me say I've been slowly struggling or suffering for years.
Yeah. People who know me, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gripping that trophy like Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
What have you been struggling with or suffering at?
I mean, you being underrated when you know you're the best. Think about it. You know you the best.
Right.
And you sitting here and you watching average and mediocre. You watching the trap next door. You sell a bunch of mid. Sorry, baby, for high school. Just enjoy your uncle. Baby. I had a whole nother life.
Mr. 420 is here.
So is this the reason for the halo and the horns?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely
That's
love
who
it. I thought it was very
when I
cool.
was 9. That's who I am now.
Yeah, and I love that fact that you did tell it, Michael. Initially, I was like, I got to ask him, like, is there more to the meaning aside from it being your government name? But I think you just kind of spelled it out. I really do feel like there's so much more to you. Every time I see you on a platform, whether it's a men's forum or, like, you're always giving out information. You would think you were a college grad. Like, you really are very informed. And I think it's a breath of fresh air because a lot of times people deem rappers to be uneducated or not in the know. And I think that even every time we see you in the arena at the Hawks game, you're just that guy.
Yeah,
like, you a chameleon. You can really blend with the best of them and really, you know your stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so just hearing this,
I'm a
and it comes.
6'3" big black man.
And you a
And they
6 foot.
they don't expect intelligence. Now, let's just be frank.
That's what
Nobody expecting security to read a book. And
There you
oftentimes
go.
I think people see me and based on physical presence and their own assumptions and prejudices that I'm not supposed to. But I'm him. I'm him.
You him.
I'm him.
And has proven to be him year after year after year.
Michael's out and available everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. First solo project in 11 years.
Over a decade. That's crazy.
You've done a lot of stuff in between then. Let's
I've had
not
a decade
discount.
run
You've been running.
One of the world's best rap groups, Run the Jewels. I would argue the best going today. You
Okay.
know? And I've had a great, successful decade, but that's been in a world that the average V103 listener, the average Atlantan, is outside of, unless they, purist, Run the Jewels fans, backpacker stuff. But for me, I wanted to make sure that people knew and heard Michael, the little boy who grew up in a little Pentecostal church off Hollywood Road, the little boy, again, who grandmama and granddaddy raised him, grew up in the Collier Heights, Adamsville community. I wanted young men, I wanted this city to know I love y'all, and everywhere I went in the world, I rep y'all. And I wanted y'all to hear it musically. And Dre's not dropping the album, so the only place you can hear him is on my album. Although he got a bunch of great music in the vault, like like Prince. I heard it. I'm just like, damn, you ain't gonna know, you know. But, yeah.
I got more questions about that. I'm glad you cleared that
No,
up.
we don't talk about him no more. We gonna get back to my album.
I mean, but I still later on.
Yeah,
later on. I didn't say
You're
right
not
now, but I got
getting
questions.
The album.
Michael is
The
out
only
and
place you
available
can get
right
him
now.
is my
Michael
album.
is here. Killer Mike.
Michael is here.
Mr. 420 is in the building. Y'all don't go too far. We are going to play one of the songs and some clips from this album because there's lots of. I mean, as I
Hits.
listen,
Have to hit.
I
Have to
just
hit.
kept listening, and the word that came to mind was thoughtful.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about some of that thoughtfulness when we come
Absolutely.
back with Killer Mike. He's here with the Big Ticket Morning Show, Queen Shamia Morton on B103. The song that had everybody thinking it was an album on the way.
It was everything, though.
Tap. You want it, you gotta go get Michael.
Killer Mike is here on B103, the ATL's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Big Ticket Morning Show. Amazing song, bro.
Yes.
And where did you peel off a verse from Andre if he not making no music?
I flew out to let him hear the record because I care what he and Big Boy think about my music because they gave me an opportunity to change my life. Them and Regina Davenport, who was an A&R at Equipment Records. And I just played the record for him. And after I played it, he said, "Babe, you mind if I come back tomorrow and play some stuff for you?" I'm like, "No, I love to hear the stuff you played." And I did hear a bunch of good stuff.
Okay.
And he said, "Pick what you want."
Wow.
Oh, really?
And we picked 2 records. That was one of them. And we crafted into a brilliant record. The other record he took back. I was like, oh, man. He was like, "Kill, I just want to keep that for myself." I was like, okay, cool. And then he called me a couple months later and gave me another record. So we have another record together that's like 11 minutes long.
Hey, man.
And so-
Wow.
I can't. Oof.
So if you want some of that Andre 3K, you better get Michael.
Amen.
There ain't no solo coming, baby.
Michael available out in stores right now. We left off before the song you were talking about family.
Yes.
Family, we know behind every strong black man is a stronger black woman, and I've had the honor and privilege to meet your beautiful wife.
That's out the Shay.
We love Shay.
Oh gosh, she's amazing. I mean, even when she tiptoed through the arena, baby, just poised, posturous, beautiful black woman.
Amen.
Hey, but she'll get with you. She give you the Decatur flares. You can tell she a true Georgia peach.
She from
Absolutely.
Atlanta. I
How's
always
she
tell her,
doing?
you from Atlanta, you'll be from the deck.
Thank you.
I'm
Decatur, baby. That's what.
You be fly, but you might have a pistol in your purse.
What? Play with me if you want to. Come on, Callan. How's Shayla doing?
She good. She at the crib with the puppy. I got her like a man with the work. I don't think I'm missing is a Dickie suit.
She said, "Bye, baby."
Yeah, bye. Have to see you when you come back. But she cooked though. I will say,
Because that's what we do. I mean, that's a real Georgia
they're gonna make some
woman.
folk mad. Yup, she cooked. Yup. I bring and I bring my paycheck home just like my granddaddy. So
Period.
Yeah, we all.
And that's why when we see y'all outside,
Yeah.
you can just tell the chemistry, the energy with this beautiful black couple is everything.
Yeah. And we also go to the strip club together. So for y'all folk in couple therapy,
Facts.
shouts out to Uncle Steve.
I don't like
but
saying well seen
we don't
people.
fight. Yeah, we be in the flame, baby. You better know it.
Look, I don't like saying well seen people.
In the flame.
Killer Mike is here. Michael's the album. So clearly, I'm assuming that's not who you're talking about on Slumber.
No. That was my high school.
This
girl.
last verse
Yeah.
was amazingly introspective. Let's listen.
Yeah.
I remember you called and said, "Michael, I am pregnant." I responded, "Baby girl, a baby girl might be a blessing." And I ain't Usher, baby, but this here is my confession. I must own it, I didn't want it, even now I know I'm flexing. Cause all that raw dog sexing, I knew I would get you pregnant. And all this teenage love is really just about possessing. They call it adolescence, cause we learning adult lessons. And I ain't grown because I rolled some stones and carried weapons. I was rubbing on your tummy when your mommy asked for money. Told me your procedure's Monday and she gon' need like 400. And had I known your mother wasn't gon' never let you keep it, I wouldn't have told my partners, would've kept that news a secret.
So I found myself after the.
Who we talking about though, for real?
I don't know if
can't
he
say
want
her
to say
name.
who he
She
talking
married. She
about.
got a man.
You know I do the tears.
She got
I
a
need to
man
know
and
though.
I can't tell. I can't put her business out there.
Is
but
she Georgia?
She's Georgia. She's Southside.
I was
But-
say can't
and
be
she-
from the.
Nah, she grew me
Okay.
up though. She grew me up, and she told me she had a lot of belief in me.
Oh,
See, no, because as you listen to the song, again, it's so unique and so thoughtful.
Yeah,
and it's a real life experience that lots of people have had to go through,
Yeah.
including myself.
Yeah.
But having you talk about it so candidly and
Yeah.
transparently, How did you get to this record?
Well, I mean, I wanted people to meet Michael Render because people see you, I think he's smart. He know it.
No.
But I earned the knowledge. Like I
am smart.
I suffered slowly for years. Now, like Kobe gripping that trophy slowly, and I shed tears. And I say that because as a man, we are constantly trying to improve ourselves, and a lot of times based on the mistakes we've made. I made a mistake living like an adult when I was a teenager. That mistake had to lead to an abortion. That abortion, though, and me and that young woman, she encouraged me in a way that my friends weren't at the time. They were like, boy, we out here trapping, boy, we're going to get some new joint. And she was like, you better than your friends in terms of that. You are better than that. Don't be no dope boy. Yes. You love to travel. I don't even like to fly. I thought I was going to be with her forever. We were going to be like, you know what I mean? And she was like, nah. And she showed me that poverty is stronger than love. She was a poor girl from the housing projects. Older guy came along, in the car and stuff. All I could do was buy some matching Bo Jackson. They ended up married. They had a beautiful, beautiful family.
Hey,
you know what I mean? So I a lot of love to her, and I appreciate her still.
But she was a pivotal part.
Yeah, pivotal part. And I wanted to give people hope. A lot of people have poured into me. So when you hear this record, I sent it to Jay earlier. I sent it to Hove. Just what you think, And he said, man, I love it. All exclamation points. And then he said, I felt like I went to my aunt's house or my cousin's house and watched a movie. Your auntie will let you watch movies, your mama won't. My mama was that auntie, you know what I'm saying? So I realized that the life of an average working class black kid from the west side of Atlanta, this is a lot of black men's life and a lot of working class men, even who non-black. This is their life, and they deserve it. And the women who love them deserve to have a piece of art that's reflective of that. So even though I'm telling my personal story, I'm sure you can identify parts of it. Shouts out to my man Leo. I know you can identify parts of it. And black girls get a lot of babies out of you, boy. And I just wanted men to know that bro, you felt, you loved, and the women who love them, they mamas, they women, they lovers, they children, they wives. Like I wanted them to have some anthem music to cheer for you.
So I think that's so powerful what you're saying. I mean, they're trying to implement this thing into schools where they're discouraging kids from becoming parts of gangs, and they're trying to implement a law where if you're even affiliated with trying to be a part of a gang, if they catch you.
No, they signed it. That law was signed.
Yeah, so I want to know what your thoughts on that.
So, I know a lot of people harped on the fact that I had a meeting and have a relationship with our governor.
Yes.
First of all, every constituent in Georgia should reach out to everybody who represents them, from city council, from county commissioners to mayors. You should seek to have some type of relationship because your taxes pay them and they affect your life. The governor, I called like, hey, I see this gang enhancement, thing coming, and I want to say this first. Let me preface this. There's a Chief Judge Asha Jackson, who I've known since I was 11 in DeKalb County. God bless her soul. She creates a program that gives people 1 year to kind of switch up their life and get it right.
Right.
That program proved successful. A woman from juvenile court named Ms. Ali is appointed by a Republican governor. Now, these two black Democratic women. He's appointed by a governor to create a similar program statewide that keeps recidivism down so you don't have kids going back in.
Right.
So coming off that, I'm just like, okay, I got to reach out to him about this gang enhancement thing. He's like, Mike, I'm pro it. I've sat with my staff. I'm pro it, but I'll give you audience with my staff. I sat down with the staff, one black person in the room, gave it to him. Hey, this is why this doesn't. This is why this will hurt. This is why. And then I made a very good point. Didn't get it my way. He ended up signing the bill.
Right.
But ultimately, it's on prosecutors. So I would say get to know your local prosecutor and hit them and say, hey, this kid doesn't deserve this. This kid deserves to go in Chief Judge Asha Jackson's program, and this person deserves to go in Next Level Boys Academy or Georgia Youth Build.
Right.
But, you don't always get your way, but I appreciate the governor giving me his ear.
Yes,
so even though he signed it, now let me talk directly to the kids out there, to the young men, period. This law, I just saw they charged Quando Wando out of Savannah with a RICO Act. They're going to hit him with gang enhancement charges. It gives you 5 and 10 year enhancements if you're recruiting, if you're seen as a recruiter to the gang, to younger people, and you're not going to be given the grace, says a girl who's been forced into prostitution, who pimps, forces her to recruit another girl. She's going to get grace. As a little boy, you're not going to get that grace. You're going to get an extra 5 or 10, unfortunately, if the prosecutor goes through. So only a graceful prosecutor will give you that opportunity. And I got to say, man, our prosecutor here, Fonnie, has been good about helping divert young men from this. Okay. Now if you're old, You know, she might nail you to the door. We know her. But if you're a young man, she's giving you grace. So young men out there,
right.
your mama shouldn't have to take care of you through a prison sentence. Your children shouldn't have to miss you 10 and 15 and 20 years.
Amen.
So please be responsible and either choose not to do it or not be active. You know, because if you're active, they're gonna nail you to the wall. Go on and get you a job, buy you a car. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Do something cool.
yes.
Go. You know, but don't do this.
So a lot of what you're talking about has to do with choices.
Yeah.
You made choices along the way.
Dumb ones.
Some good.
Yeah.
Some bad.
Yeah.
But it all ended you up here.
Yes.
If you look back on Michael's life,
Yeah.
would you have done anything differently?
Would I've done anything? I mean, I ended up making the best album of my life 20 years into my career. So it's easy for me to say no. But would I have listened to my father when he said, don't have children out of wedlock like I did, because every child financially will set you 10 years back. That don't mean I don't love my children.
Right.
That just means I could have bought some more children, you know? Dad over there laughing, the daughter like, what is he talking about? You know, I would have listened to my grandparents, because you know, you go out and seek psycho help and spiritual help, and everything I got to pay to everybody to type, and my grandparents had already taught me, you know. So for me, I would have listened with a more keen ear. But would I have changed anything ending up with the best album to come out of Atlanta in years, with the best album to come out the South and the hip hop in years? No, I wouldn't have traded it. I take all the pain. I take all the valleys to
Growing
get to the peak.
pains.
Mike, I could talk to you for days.
For sure. Same.
This album, again, without sounding condescending or big brother-ish, I'm very proud of
Thank
you
I don't
and this
take it-
album.
I really take it with the same encouragement you give me over the years. Thank you.
Amen. There was some organizations you wanted
Man,
to shout
Bear
out?
Strong
Okay.
is going to get some tickets. I'm here on the 13th.
Yes, sir.
Next month. I'm here on the 13th for the Tabernacle. We'll sell it out. Bear Strong is going to get some teachers some tickets to come out. You know, Project Pinnacle, which is Chief Judge Asha Jackson, Georgia Youth Build, and Next Level Boys Academy. You guys support those 4 organizations.
Amen.
Yes, and the swag shop.
Yeah. And the swag shop.
I'm just
Please support the swag shop.
Hey.
Swag shop has developed products we got coming out.
Okay.
And we just found some investment capital. We're about to open up 2 to 3 more stores in some of the outlying counties. So look
There
for
you
us to
go.
pop up in
Amen.
Marietta.
Love it.
Look for us to pop up in Alpharetta. Look for us to pop up in McDonough. And we gonna be a 150 store franchise.
Yes,
Amen.
I love it.
Listen, we support you in all things you do: civic, business, musical,
Thank you.
and just 420ish.
Yep. And André is not giving y'all a solo album. So
One more time.
you gotta get Michael, baby. You got to get Michael.
Go get Michael, available everywhere today. Bro, I appreciate you, bro.
Love y'all.
Michael Render in the building. Killer
Yes.
Mike, a.k.a. Michael. We'll be back with that 8 o'clock morning motivation mix next on V103.